Welcome back, everybody, you beautiful people. It's Sunday, March 5th. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. As always, let's get some shout outs on these folks. Look at all the folks already sitting in here ready for this stream. Happy Sunday, fam. What's up, Facing Reality? You are first. Crypto 7 is second, but in this regard, huge shout out to Crypto 7. Much love. I've seen a massive influx in subscribers looking to get me up to 1,000. He's been a large contributor to pushing the message of getting the subscribers, so thank you again. Sorry, 7, yes. Cool. We are on the podium, exactly, as Crypto 7 says. You are in the podium right there. Harvey is third right there, so you got the podium winners right there, first, second, and third. You are actually the third greeting, Harvey, to answer that, so fourth greeting. ATX Crypto, Crypto 7, greetings to everyone in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Like Crypto 7 said, like Crypto 7 would say, please deploy the like button upon entry. Exactly. HWs. Terry, thank you so much for the subscribe. Appreciate that as well. You got the HW7 happening here for the HEX watch. I don't know if a Hex Watch winner's gonna be picked from my channel, but love it as well, all the less. Congrats to your place on the podium, sirs. Absolutely nice. Harv, salute. Crypto 7, what's up? Just 50 subs to 1K. Sub to ATX, please, for Alpha. Yep, might as well. Let's go, go. ATX looking sharp as always. Thank you. Yeah, I got done. I just got done disc golfing, and I was like, I got to get back. So I ran to make sure that I was back in time. But I appreciate that as well. You know, gotta stay sharp. You feel sharp, you dress sharp, everything just feels nice. And that's what's going on right now, guys. Having a wonderful weekend so far. Waiting for the news of PulseChain testnet V3 to come out, which hopefully is any minute now, right? At this point in time, if we don't hear something, maybe we hear something by next week. But Richard Hart has been delivering an update for the last 9 weeks in a row. I would be a little bit surprised if he did not deliver some sort of update in regards to PulseChain. So we will at least see what's going on with that and check that out as well. When V3, sir, AK, that was my point. I think V3 is right around the corner. Literally, Richard Hart has deployed a comment on PulseChain since the beginning of the year, since January 3rd, starting January 3rd. So ever since then, once a week, he's given us some sort of update on PulseChain. It used to be every Wednesday, and what was funny, within 4 weeks in a row, people picked on to that little habit, so he switched it to Thursday, and then Friday, and then Saturday, and then Sunday. So he's actually been keeping everyone on their toes. It's either going to be today or tomorrow, where I think we anticipate hearing something from our man, Richard Hart. He has been active like crazy on Twitter as well. I don't know if y'all are following him, but definitely do so. He is the man to follow for the most up-to-date information about when testnet V3 gets launched. But yeah, absolutely. Yo, Rusty, what's up, Rusty? Yes, deploy. We never talk about the watches. Exactly. Yeah, I'm only going to mention it this one time. We never really talk about it. This will be the last time talking about the watch. Oh, shit. Good to see everyone as well. What's up, A. Wallen? How you doing? We got Shaq O'Neal in the house. What will be the hex price on mainnet launch? I'm assuming you're talking about PulseChain. Yeah, that's going to be tough. That one's going to be a tough cookie to try to figure that one out. You can try to go through and figure out all the ratios and everything right now of how everything is. And even right now, the current price of PulseChain would be roughly about a 13x from sacrifice price. I'm sure I could go through and do some ratio on that as well to see what hex price may be. But once the AMM bot gets done with the supplying liquidity and fixing everything for the automated market maker, once that happens and liquidity is able to start coming in, that price is just going to do whatever it wants to do, because that's exactly how price discovery works in crypto. A new crypto is launched. A lot of the times there's a lot of hype around it. Some folks are going to take some profit. Some folks are going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. So price upon launch is definitely determined at the time, but it will fluctuate so fast. So I don't have an exact answer for you on that one, Shaq, but maybe I will try to put something together to try to figure out what that may be for at least 1 second. Because again, this is going to be a very short-term thing that ends up happening if it happens. V3 mainnet launch. Now, what's going to be nice, we'll get an idea actually when V3 launches, right? So the idea behind that is again, we'll be able to see exactly kind of where everything's going to end up falling, where everything's going to end up happening. And based on all of that information, we'll kind of see real quick what it looks like. And so I'm actually more curious to see what it looks like on V3. That'll probably give us a really good idea of what may happen whenever HEX launches or whenever PulseChain launches on mainnet. So hopefully that answered that question, because yeah, right now, let's just see, verse, can I do USDC? Sure. Let's just say, so right now for $1 worth of, the testnet's already got HEX sitting around 62 cents, but again, that's without any sell pressure or anything like that. So it's tough to say on that one. It's, you know, it doesn't make any sense per se if you actually think about it like that, but we'll have to see what it looks like when it first launches. And right when V3 launches, that'll give us an idea of how everything looks captured, what the snapshot looks like, how everything looks, and then it'll probably give us a pretty good idea of what we can expect. And that's why V3 is kind of a fun scenario that we are waiting to play with, because yeah, at this point in time, we're definitely looking forward to what's going to be happening, and there's a lot of excitement going on as well. So let's see, can I zoom this out? Does this go back all the way? No, this is February 26th. Yeah, so it doesn't even go back all the way on this particular chart. Yeah, it's going to be curious. We're going to have a chance to see a lot of that good stuff, but that's a great question. We'll figure that out when the time comes. Richard Hart is the patron saint of crypto. Jeez! Absolutely, you are absolutely correct. He is a savior of a lot of folks, right? Obviously, he's very knowledgeable when it comes to the world of crypto. His knowledge has helped save so many people, but he's not just trying to help save people in crypto. He's trying to help you become a better you, right? Stop the gambling, stop the gaming addiction, stop all of your addictions, work on building a better habit, better life, better health, better wealth. Like, the man is a freaking patron saint amongst the gods, if you will, right? Like, he's a phenomenal person to have. I'm so glad that all of us were able to find him in all reality, because it's allowed me, like, without even unconsciously or consciously thinking about it, I've already stopped smoking cigarettes, stopped drinking, stopped smoking weed. Like, I've already done so many things, and I don't know if it's just because I want to live longer and get better and I don't play video games anymore. Like, there's all this world that like came around whenever I discovered that HEX ecosystem. So very crazy story for me, if you will, in that regard. And yeah, he's definitely a patron saint. ATX on it today, pumping things up already. Yep, HEX is back on a move again, back into the green direction. So let's keep that up, HEX. Continue to do what you do, and appreciate everyone who's coming through, clicking the like on the way in as well. Much appreciated to all of you beautiful, beautiful people. Good to be here live at home. I'm usually at work where I can't chat. Love your show. Moonmutt, thank you so much. You're awesome. I appreciate all the replay gang who comes through, chats in replay, leaves comments. I definitely check every single one of my comments and reply to all of the comments as well. So if y'all got some things in there, you feel free to leave them in chat right now. We'll talk about it. But if you can't catch it and you're on the replay gang, leave a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to help answer the question as much to my ability as I can. What's up, HH? Hello, 7. Yes, sir. Lots of sentimental pots. Lots of sentimental posts from RH. Yeah, he's been on an absolute tear coming from let's get back to reality of where Richard Hart comes from. And he's actually, as much as the outrage marketing happened, this is like OG Richard Hart. This is what everyone fell in love with when you first get into HEX. Like, he would sit there and do conference and do shows on his stream for hours. And I mean like 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. Like he would just go and he would be sitting here chatting with chat the entire time, answering questions, of course, showing off things occasionally as they came through and as people requested. But he's back to just being, and again, I think it's a good thing because I think him outrage marketing wasn't him. And he was trying, it's like when you try to be someone you're not, your energy just doesn't work, right? You know what I mean? So obviously it got plenty of attention. He's almost up to 300,000 followers on Twitter. His followers have continued to increase. I mean, in every aspect, in HEX as well, we've got more holders, more stakers than ever. So as much as we want to say outrage marketing didn't work and doesn't work, it's a lot nicer just to see him back to do his own thing again. What's up, Thumper Terry? Appreciate that coming through as well with that subscribe. Love it, love it, love it. Hey there, ATX. What's up, Crypto Mike? Hello, Seven. Hello, Mike. Great conversation. You're the man. Thanks for all you do for us and to help us navigate through the ecosystem. I appreciate that, Shaq. I'm here, AK. Hey. Oh, sure, that's funny, that's funny. What's up, Hex Force One? How are you, my friend? What's up, everyone? They say, HH. I saw Seven's tweet about this live and tuning in for the first time. Thanks, Seven. Well, I appreciate you coming through. Yeah, I mean, he's dude, Crypto 7, much love to you, my brother. Like, seriously, you got so much people coming through, so much energy, so much positivity. I got people hitting up chat saying, like, here from Crypto 7, 777, Crypto 7 sent me, like, got my dude, all the love, seriously, much appreciated. And I know we got the live stream coming as well. We are doing a collab together when V3, testnet V3 launches. So you can expect that when it launches, you're gonna see my face and Crypto 7's face on his channel. We're gonna be having all the fun, all the chats. We're gonna be looking at a lot of the ideas that come with like price, charts, analysis, TA, seeing what could be happening, breaking down some other predictions, and just having an overall blast of a chat, man. I mean, y'all are just a banger of a group to be in. I'm so happy to be a part of this community. And yep, you got Access coming in on your show, ATX. I do. Access will be coming in on the show. We don't have a set date yet at this point in time. He's still doing his media tour. He's got Crypto Sloth that he's actually hopping on at 2 o'clock today, so, or at least in the next 45 minutes. So I would love to be able to wrap up because I myself am a big fan of Access Alive. I love seeing the knowledge that he drops, and Crypto Sloth has a lot of knowledge when it comes to Hedron, Icosa, and that world that even I haven't fully immersed myself into yet, so maybe I can learn a little bit from there as well, and definitely learn from everyone in this little area. It's a whole ecosystem that we have, and might as well. Cheers, HH. Yeah, so the next person that I actually do have guaranteed on my chat is Fashion Coder. We are doing a interview. She's coming on the stream on March 10th. So she will be on in 5 days. So that is next Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Again, math is all bad for me because like days of the week aren't really a thing for me anymore. I just kind of enjoy life and just enjoy living and just have an absolute blast. So I don't think like, oh man, it's Monday. Oh man, it's Tuesday. Oh man, it's freaking Wednesday. Like, oh, you know, the middle of the week and all. Like, I don't really have that anymore. It's just every day is a great day to be alive, and I'm thankful to be here and with every single one of y'all, growing this channel, growing the community, and just having an absolute banger of a blast of a show, you know what I mean? A big shout out from Algeria. You're the boss. We are gonna make it. Thanks to you, Shaq. I appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate the shout out from Algeria as well. Hey, Seven, what's up, fam? What's up, Hex G Unit? Yo, G Unit. Oi, oi. Mango Junkie, what's up, my dude? Hello, has everyone subbed? What a great question. Has everyone subbed? We're gonna find out here shortly. I'm sure I'll get these little alerts popping up saying sub. We're just a few away from 1,000, so maybe we could even hit 1,000 by the end of the day with all of you beautiful folks' helps. Share it along with the stream, share it with the media, tweet it out, tweet out the stream. You can go to my page right there. It's got this link already streaming right now. All you gotta do is just retweet it yourself. ATX Crypt is the name of the tweet, or ATX Crypt is the name of the Twitter. So feel free to do that. It's appreciated to every single one of y'all as well. What's up, Ted Nelson? Hello, what's up, y'all? Good afternoon, Firefighting. What's up, Firefighting? Hello, how are you? Crypto Mike since this morning. Yes, sir. Crypto Mike, yes, sir. Yeah, it's been an absolute blast, man. We got tons of stuff. ATX has already done a thumbnail for our collab. We are prepared. Facts on facts on facts. Fashion Coder is great. Awesome guest. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to have Fashion Coder on here. I love talking with other people who aren't necessarily full into HEX, because while I primarily focus on the HEX ecosystem or Richard Hart ecosystem, HEX, PulseChain, and PulseX, I find that when you get a chance to just sit there and talk with other folks and you just get to see other opinions and see what they're about. She's talking a whole bunch of stuff, helping people learn just crypto in general. She's doing shorts in the morning. So yeah, looking forward to this stream with Fashion Coder as well here in the next few days. Just got my internet back. Oh, HOA. Whole weekend off. You know what's funny? Sometimes that can be like a blessing in disguise. It's like, have you ever just like taken a pause from something that you know you were probably getting too much of, and you know, while it's like as much as you want to have the internet, sometimes it's nice. If you've ever gone out on vacation, especially here in the States, there's locations you can go to that basically have zero cell phone reception, that have zero internet. You can go out there to a cabin, live a lovely life. I mean, it's this like moment of zen, this moment of peace. I hate that word, by the way, now. Mango Junkie, thank you so much. Much love to you as well. But yeah, it's this moment of like this moment of clarity, right? It's like going and meditating without having to try to meditate with all the kids running around and all the chaos happening around your life and your phone constantly popping off and all the notifications that's always going on, or even just having access to watch many YouTube videos, like all that stuff, right? And so if you just get to somewhere you can just go to and just almost relax. That's what I love about disc golfing, by the way. You just go out there, just you and nature, basically. Yeah, you get to throw a frisbee around and go chase it and all that good stuff. But the idea is that you get to go out there, you just get to enjoy nature, man. You hear the birds tweeting, you hear freaking squirrels running around, you see them all just having a blast, living their best life, and it just kind of reminds you that, man, life is short. Appreciate all these little fine moments that we have, and just live it to the best and live it to the fullest, man. Because like there's plenty of stuff you can be stressed about. Money definitely is one of the main contenders for a lot of folks, but money can be always made up again. So that's what I've always said. That's how I feel as well. Catch all of your streams as well. Crypto7 usually on replay. Absolutely, yes, sir. Do you see HEX reaching all-time high after testnet, or more like 15 to 20 cents? So I do see it's reaching. So the way it works, and I've said this before, we're going to either do a 2 to 5x whenever we get V3 launch, right? And so essentially whatever the price is at, and this is straight from wherever the price is at. So if HEX is currently at 7 cents, for example, then we're going to end up getting roughly between 14 up to 35 cents, right? And I anticipate that. Well, if we are around 10 cents by the time we hear V3 testnet launch, then we are going to be somewhere in the ballpark of 20 cents to 50 cents. And I do see a 2 to 5x being very possible, very likely. There's a lot of dry powder sitting on the sides right now, folks. And I mean a lot of dry powder. I've done a lot of blockchain analysis. I look at the sellers when they're coming through and what they're selling, and are they buying more? Are they buying other tokens? Are they cashing out? And so many folks are literally just sitting on the sidelines holding this dry powder ready to deploy, to re-enter into the system, because there's a lot of people in HEX that aren't necessarily in HEX for HEX. They're using it as a tool to get into PulseChain and PulseX. And that's one of the best plays you can probably end up making if that is your goal, is to simply use HEX for a tool and get into PulseChain and PulseX. Hopefully you can also learn the benefits while you're holding HEX as to what else you can do with it, such as staking it, earning more rewards, getting trustless yield every single day. We've done some fun math before with the million HEX, for example. Even on a 30-day stake, you can possibly make somewhere in the ballpark of about $6,000 per month at the current prices. So let alone if we end up reaching higher prices, such as 50 cents, 40 cents, you start making roughly about $40,000 to $50,000 a month on that $1 million stake, even on a 30-day rolling average. So we've done the fun math before. I'm a big fan of fun math, but even now, just looking at where everything is, there's so much dry powder ready to deploy that I can't even explain how fast it's gonna happen once we hear news of V3. The reason why the price is pumping / not pumping as hard as it may pump is because, again, we don't have that confirmation that V3 is here yet. So there could be still a chance that we pull back down into the 4 cent, 3 cent realm. Very unlikely, but I would hate to have someone deploy that cash that they've been waiting to deploy this whole time and then lose half the value right whenever they get V3 announced, right? Because that would stink. So why not wait until they actually have more confirmation, more affirmations coming from the man Richard Hart saying V3 testnet is live, and then boom, we start seeing people start deploying. Why? Because they're going to want to capture as much as they can for the fork when it happens. You probably won't be able to hold the value of USDC or a stable coin when the fork happens, because stablecoins aren't necessarily guaranteed to be backed as one-to-one peg on the new network. That has to be brought in from their provider. So USDC or Circle would have to say the dollar is a dollar, right? And USDT or all these other stablecoins are gonna have to do something similar. Even DAI is gonna end up losing some of it because they're backed with Ethereum, and Ethereum is getting diluted 1.2 million X. So it's gonna be just an interesting scenario that's gonna happen. And so you don't want to necessarily even hold Ethereum, and you don't want to be holding probably stable coins. You're probably most likely better off holding any other ERC20 though. The main contender most likely being HEX to use as a tool to get it to swap it for PulseChain, PulseX when the time comes. I also see that happening with Ethereum too. These Ethereum Genesis whales who are sitting here with a lot of Ethereum, maybe $15,000 to $15 million worth of Ethereum, like say they have 10,000 Genesis Ethereum coins or tokens, then what happens is when PulseChain launches, they are so diluted by 1.2 million X that it wouldn't make sense for them to continue to hold that Ethereum Genesis. It'll work still on Ethereum, don't get me wrong, but like you just lost all the value over here on PulseChain. So why would you not want to at least take some capital, put it into something like HEX as a tool, maybe use it to swap into PulseChain or swap it back into PulseChain when the time comes, right? Because it's a token that you can get. And so a lot of folks are going to do that, and I see that definitely being a thing. People are going to emergency in stake and all this other fun stuff. So yeah, absolutely crazy. So yeah, I can see it definitely hitting 15 to 20 cents for sure. I would probably see it anywhere between 2 to 5x though. Thanks, man. Yeah, absolutely. Crypto7. She is great. ATX, you already have great support. Well done. Crypto Mike, thank you. Thank you. ATX is pumping HEX. Seeing the price? Yeah, let's take a little peeky weeky over here at the current price of HEX right now. I have it pulled up. So current price of HEX sitting at 6.812, almost reaching back into the 6 or 7 cent level. We fell below this trend line for a little bit over the last couple days. As Access Alive said, it's anticipated that whenever you get a seller around making new, guys, this is making new local highs. So people are going to take profits. Maybe I got a little carried away in yesterday's stream. Appreciate everyone who tuned in with that as well. But even then, you just see like this is only an 18% drop from where it was currently at. And that's nothing in the grand scheme of things because, guys, HEX has done 18% drops many a times. In fact, look at all the times HEX has actually dropped more than 50%, right? This is going back all the way to the beginning when HEX actually first launched. Dropped 81%, dropped 72%, dropped 67% over the span of a period of 126 days. Dropped 86%, dropped 70% here. And it's dropped in this course of time 96%. So this is actually HEX's first time that it's really gone through and hit that 96% number, if I'm not mistaken. I think it did a little bit of a higher drop when you very first look at it, but you'd have to be in on like the super early days for that to even be a thing. But even then, if you actually go from where it was in all of these numbers to where it's actually can go as well, and I can break this down as to like all the way down here as to all the way up here, it's still up 120,000%. So I mean, like, dips are in the game. We know they're coming. We know they happen. And even then, on a weekly, we're still green on the weekly as well. So yeah, we're back to falling right below the trend line that we currently have. We did a slight little dip. These dips are in fact coming. We knew they were going to come, and because you can go through and just measure all of these, right? So this was a 23% dip here. This was a 22% dip on this candle. And you can actually continue to see as we progress. Whoops. This was, yeah, 17%, 18% dip here, right? And so like these dips are here and then they just get bought up and eaten up again. So we bounced below the trend line. However, we're going back, we're retesting it here shortly, and we're gonna retest this 7 cent region here in just a bit. That's gonna be this region right here once we start bouncing off the trend line. If we fly past it, then it'll probably continue to remain as support. Even then, guys, look at this. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. Like in this regard, it's still like a higher high here and it's going to be a lower one here. But like you look down here and where we were back at 5.9 cents just February 25th, and we're still holding this 6.8 cent right now. Even then, it only dropped to 6.4. So we're still doing great when it comes to that regard. Yeah, 35 watching, only 24 likes. What? Thanks, Mango J Man. Hey, yeah, appreciate the sub as well. To all the subs who've come in recently, and appreciate everyone who's enjoying the content, guys. Definitely loving making this information. Afternoon Funkmaster Hex, appreciate you coming through. The Mango Junkie, much respect. Hey, respect, my brother. We got Crypto 7 racing again, online this time. Hey. HOA, what up, brother? Good to have you back. Absolutely, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it's good to have that little moment of like zen. If it felt that way, if you were able to use it that way. Sometimes it's also just as stressful if you're like, man, I had this appointment, this is supposed to go down. Sometimes that level of stress can be a pain in the butt, but luckily we're in a world of abundance, and so you can go many places where you can capitalize on basically free internet. Go to McDonald's, go to Starbucks, go to many places, hop on the internet if you got to get your internet fix in. They got gaming centers where you can go if you're a gamer and you just want to hop in just for a little bit, maybe pay $10, $20 an hour, whatever it is that they have, so you can go game for a little bit while you can. Do what you got to do, but yeah, we're definitely in a world full of abundance. The scarcity mindset, I believe it was Facing Reality if I'm not mistaken. Scarcity mindset is a very bad mindset to have. Basically, it just perpetuates the cycle that you're never going to have something. And we've talked about it before. Manifestation is, in fact, a reality thing. What you put into the universe, your thoughts that you put into the universe become a reality. So if you continue a world that you're just constantly negative, I'm never gonna, this is terrible for me, everything just negative, the whole time, this energy you're putting in and you're bringing in this negative energy. So when things start happening, it just is prevailing into a negative energy that you're also putting out. You know what I mean? So start flipping that mentality around. Start being like, I'm full of love. Everything's great. I'm glad to be alive. Glad to have another day on this earth. Like, you know, I live in a world of abundance. Like, I live in a world of wealth and prosperity and health, and like all the things that you want to manifest into reality, start putting that into the universe, and it truly is a ability to manifest your reality into a future that you want to shape as well. So that is kind of where I see it as well. If HEX reaches $3, I buy you a Rolex from Switzerland. Appreciate that, Shaq. Yeah, so I've always said, whenever I have a certain threshold of money in my own personal bank account, then I'll go buy myself a Rolex and all that good stuff. But until then, I was watching like Westcott Crypto, and you know, someone was giving him shit. He's like, you live in such a nice house, why are you trying to dollar cost average $20 into freaking PulseChain, right? Like, they're giving him shit, and he's like, I did everything backwards. I got the nice car, I got the nice house, I got married, I had kids, and then I found crypto. So he's like, now I'm having to play catch up. He's like, I would sell some of my kids. And it was a funny little joke that he had. So shout out to Westcott Crypto on that one. I was laughing. But it is just kind of a thing that, like, guys, this is while you can get rich quick in crypto in the span of a few years, it is also the delayed gratification aspect of it as well. You have to have the ability to set something aside for 3 to 5 years, guys. And in reality, that's not that long. Like, in the grand scheme of things, 3 to 5 years flies by. So it's just one of those funny things that ends up happening. But if you get me a Rolex, Shaq, I will have to come visit you to pick that Rolex up, my friend. We'll bring the family. I've never had the chance to go to Switzerland. My buddy just went out there, went skiing out there, and I was so jealous, man. He said everything is just beautiful, gorgeous. He went out there in the wintertime as well, and he just really got a chance to see everything. He's been traveling like crazy. He's one of my onboards into crypto, and it's funny, his life has completely changed now that he's in crypto. I think he's made more money in the last 2 years than he's ever made in all of the stock investments and all of the every 401k investment, everything he was doing before. He made more money in the last 2 years, and then basically said, what am I doing with all that garbage? And went with the same mindset as me. So it's funny how you kind of evolve into a world of crypto, and you can really dive deep into it as well. Appreciate that subscribe for the subscribe as well coming through. Much love to all you beautiful people who have subscribed lately. Smash the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give ATX the support for this content. Crypto Mike, thank you. Come to HEX and come to HEX for PulseChain and stay in HEX for HEX. Yeah, exactly. Like, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of folks are going to learn about HEX from the very first time because of PulseChain. And that's awesome. That is freaking incredible. Like, there's so many folks who are ready to sacrifice and put more into PulseChain and PulseX, and then once they're in the ecosystem, they're going to be like, I need a way to store value. And guess what Hex is? It's a perfect way to store value, right? It's like a literal certificate of deposit on the blockchain that you can just move over and say, I'm going to lock this money up for X amount of time. And then guess what? When that money gets locked up, I'm going to be able to earn more money, right? So it's a really cool thing. A lot of folks are going to be learning for the very first time. Absolute banger of a community that we have going on. Thumper Terry says, should remind my Hex or wait till after launch. So I assume you're talking about, should you like restake it? Remind, yes. The terminology, guys, is making me kind of like a little bit of a stir crazy baby right now, because I think it's going to be more confusing for every single new onboard. Like Hex is already more than the average crypto level of knowledge that you have to dive into, the IQ test, if you will. And then once we start adding like 50 different things that all say the exact same thing, I think we need to determine, well, hey, we're just going through some growing pains, that's all. But I think the 50 different terminologies that we're all going through right now are just going to be confusing as hell. But yes, so I'm a big fan that should you get more Hex, or should you restake your Hex, or wait till after Pulse launch. So that's completely like your discretion. If you're looking to make the play of having Hex as a method or tool to get into PulseChain, it wouldn't make sense so much as to stake it, depending upon how much you have. If you have millions of Hex, then you can offset it by staking for very short periods of time. If you have probably less than 50,000 hexes in this regard for a stake, then it probably doesn't make sense to stake it, because the amount of yield that you would earn during that time. What is 50? Let me see. I can pull up this exact math and tell you. Stake hex.today, and I can pull this up for you so we can really see. So we're gonna say, what did I say? 50,000 hex. So that would be roughly about $3,400 today. That would get you roughly about 2 T-shares, okay? And I'm just using very simple, rough math right now, okay? So 2 T-shares times 6.3 hex per day per T-share, right, gives you roughly about 12.6 hex per day times 30 days would net you roughly about 378 hex, right? Now, if you do that at the current price, where we're around 7 cents, that's only $26 of yield that you've actually accrued, and the amount of gas fee that you're gonna pay to stake your Hex and to end your stake probably is gonna offset and actually not make sense to do it. While you did earn more yield during that time, you had to pay more to actually get it done. So it depends on how much you have, right? If you have a larger amount of Hex, it doesn't hurt to go with a shorter term stake if you're using it as a tool to get into PulseChain. If you aren't using Hex as a tool to get into PulseChain, stake that sucker. Why? Because you're gonna get it copied over on 2 networks. When you stake it over here on Ethereum, it's gonna get copied over onto PulseChain. So literally you're gonna have one stake that you say go out to 5 years, for example, over here on the Ethereum side, and even using that same math, 50,000 Hex, doing it by 5 years is what, 1,700 days, something like that. I'm not going to get into the exact math over here because just what it is, but that would get you roughly about 3.64 T-shares, and that's when things can really start growing, because in 5 years time Hex could be somewhere in the ballpark of above $1, for example, or $2, for example, and then it makes sense to do that time, because then you would have earned roughly about another 40,000, 46,000 Hex, which is incredible. So that 46,000 Hex that you've earned in yield, assuming the cost of Hex is sitting at $1, $2, that's $46,000, possibly $92,000, depending upon which way you go, right? And so it just depends. Every single scenario has its cause and an effect. Sorry about that, not sure. Let me clear my throat real fast. Maybe I'm just getting too excited talking about this. All right, cool. So, yeah, so thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Hi, HOA. Absolutely. Yeah, so that's kind of what I would say, Thumper Cherry. It just depends. ATX pumps Hex to 6.8 cents. Yes, sir. Get it above 7 cents this stream. Bring it, folks. Now, we're going to have Access Live coming on in like 24 minutes, and I think we're just going to see the Hex price start going do. He brings such freaking awesome energy and such awesome news and level of knowledge to this game. Man, I don't know what's going on. So let's see. Facing Reality says, don't say you miss me. I miss you. I miss you. Yeah, definitely. I miss every single one of you beautiful folks. Every single time I don't stream, I'm missing y'all. And it's so awesome to have you in stream, because then I get to say hello to every single one of you beautiful folks every single day. Because why? I stream once a day, every single day. So it's awesome. Hex to 8 cents. Hey, let's go. Crypto Mike, I'm on board with that. Smash the likeys. Definitely. I like 7 cents. 7 is the number. Yes, sir. Crypto 7 says 7 is the number. 7 times. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Yeah, folks, let's get it. Like, we're right there. People are buying again. People are back into the excitement. The transfer of wealth has happened from the shark dumping the initial amount for his hex. What's up, Tin Top? Hello, hello. Man. All right, I really had to clear my throat on that one. I got a bug in my throat or something. I don't know what was going on. HOA, no comment. You know you missed them too, Facing Reality. Stop being shy. Face Queen smiling. Yes, sir. What's up, Tin Top? Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Vision boards help with the abundance mindset. Yeah, everyone's got their own mentality, right? Some people do some people will literally sit there and meditate, and some people will have a vision board, and some people will just focus and say certain things like words of affirmation when they wake up in the morning. I am a millionaire. I will make it. I will succeed. Like those words of affirmation every single day. Everyone's got their own version, but the idea is that you're putting those thoughts into the universe, because guys, if you believe in karma, then you have to believe that there's some force happening in the universe. And so that manifestation of ideas into existence can also be a real thing as well. In fact, I did a whole stream on it a little bit ago. Just type in ATX crypto manifestation and you'll get a chance to see all that, because guys, it was an absolute blast showing that stuff, right? I think that what your thoughts you put into the universe do become reality, right? So if you have an if you have a scarcity mindset that that you're always going to be broke and you're never going to make it, and everyone else is just so much, they were born privileged and you weren't in the same position, so you're never going to be able to do what they do. Like that's that mindset that'll just lead you to a cycle of a never-ending like negative energy or around you. Let me see real fast. I have a buddy coming over to drop it off. Running a tad late. We'll let you know when we leave. Cool. Yeah, I had a buddy coming over to drop off a little gift, so looking forward to him stopping by. It's been a minute since I've seen him. Good buddy. Also onboarded into the HEX PulseChain ecosystem. When we get together, man, it's just like a bunch of giddy girls talking about what's going to be happening here in the very near future, because you can do the fun math, guys. Like Crypto 7 said it best in his stream. 100x. Like, you could think that 1000x is going to happen, but just expect 100x, right? Or not even expect, just anticipate it. It ends up just being 100x, and then make plans off that. So while you can have the thought of going to 1000x, and it's very likely that we do see these cryptos do 1000x in the very near future, we can have the idea that maybe it's just 100x, and then you can start backtracking from there. Okay, what do you do? When do you take profits? How much do you take? All these things can start doing it. We talk about it here on the channel. It's the 5 Ps. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Those 5 Ps can save you so much hassle when the time comes for when you're actually in that situation. Guys, what are you going to do when you turn $1,000 into $100,000? Or what if you're going to do if you turn 10,000 into 100,000, for example? That's 100x. So what are you going to do in that situation? Are you cashing out completely? Are you taking some profits off the table? Do you have a plan in general? Or are you going to make it an emotional decision? Because what happens if it goes from 100,000 back to 80, and then to 70, and then to 60? Then you do something silly like wreck yourself and cash out, and then it goes back up to 120. And so you just want to have a good plan to be able to execute based on logic, based on facts, based on something that you've already planned for, not based on emotion. Making an emotional decision on these trades could be one of the worst things that may end up happening to you. Doggy's having little dreams over here. Hi puppy. You want to come up? Come say hi. Come here. Oh my goodness. This is Delta. This is another one of the pups. Hi Delta. Hi puppy. Were you having puppy dreams? Yeah. Okay. can go back to laying down. Thank you. So this is another puppy that we have, one of the many here at the house, as y'all already know, and I've been showing side effects, pictures of the kitty, man. He's making me want to post more pictures of the cat than I've ever wanted to post pictures of my cat, because she's a freaking awesome kitty, acts like a goddamn OG dog, and it's just freaking awesome. So yeah, so shout out to Side Effects on, you know, all the kitty posts that he has. And Richard Hart talking about the 10 cats that he had growing up and all that good stuff. So I got a few things that I want to share real fast. I've been having an absolute blast. Today is just filled with love, enjoyment, excitement, and god dang it, guys. Like, thank you for all the love and support happening every single where. Love the positivity, ATX. Preach it! Absolutely. Crypto 7 and Facing Reality, I sure will. Positive and great details on the charts. Hey, Crypto Mike, appreciate that. Catching up on 2X. Hey, Chipmunk Crypto today. Yeah, dude, I've gone and listened to myself on 2X before because me and my wife actually had a YouTube channel a long time ago. And so, like, we used to do things like blow shit up, for example, and we would listen to myself, and like as we would do it in like double speed for like the showcase of maybe the ignition happening or whatever right before it all explode, we would actually put it in 2X and be like it sounded like a goddamn chipmunk. It was hilarious. Absolutely love it. So I understand what you're hearing right now. If you are hearing it, Funkmaster Hex, I will play back in 2X speed sometimes myself. Can Hedron hit 1 cent? I mean, yeah, anything's possible, you know what I mean? But like in likelihood that a coin does 10,000x is very, very, very difficult, guys. You got to understand that, right? A coin that does 10,000x has only happened 5 times in the last 14 years. Hex being one of them. So it's not like it's a very likely thing to happen, but even a 300x can change people's life. A 500x can change your world. A 1000x can be a huge blessing. So it doesn't have to be a 10,000x, but at current prices where it sits at, I would find it very difficult for it to do 10,000x, at least in the span of the next few years, right? Like, is it possible that it gets there sometime in the future? Sure, right? All that's definitely likely and possible because we're talking about 10, 15 years down the road where it may end up reaching that 1 cent level. But I can't necessarily see it going and doing another 10,000x because it's so rare. Like, that's why I don't want people to focus on the 10,000x number so much anymore for PulseChain and for PulseX. Because if you can 1,000x your money, where else are you going to go 1,000x your money? Nowhere. By the way, let me just answer that question. Nowhere. So, like, why would you not want to be just so happy when you have that 1,000x? But guess what? Not only 1,000x, have a plan of what you're going to do when it gets there. Hopefully, you've taken some profits along the way. Hopefully, you've scraped off a little bit as you go. Because that is how you stay in this world of crypto. You can't end up in this world and hope to expect to, like, get out of the 9-to-5 job, 9-to-5 rat race. Because crypto's volatile, man. If you don't take some profits, you can go down 95% like we've seen before. And something that you do, if this is your first cycle, you learn in your first cycle, you earn in your second. So hopefully all the folks were around, they've stuck around during the bear market, now it's time to earn, right? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a profit plan to end up doing it. But right now, it's sitting at 5 zeros and a 1. So even taking off a 10,000x would be 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, dude, that would be freaking tough. That would be very difficult in order for Hedron to hit 1 cent. But again, like if Hedron ends up getting to 1,000th of a penny, that's a good 100,000x or not 100,000. That's a good 100 or 1,000x. I don't know the exact. I can figure it out, but that's a great use of. That's a great return. Like, go get that return anywhere else. You can't. You can't. CB-do-E. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, ATX. Great to catch a live one. Monkey Magic. I appreciate you coming through. Check out all of ATX videos. Great content. Yes, sir. Thank you, Crypto Mike. Time for a drink break. Yeah, exactly. I got too excited. I caught a bug or whatever it was. I was like, and just like, anyways, bye. Yeah, that's how I felt like doing it right there, right? When you're like, now's the time. Yeah, seriously though, like this is a phenomenal time. Let's do 7 doubles from here. Yeah, exactly. So 7 doubles from here, what would that end up putting Hex back at? You know what I mean? That's a little fun number here. So let's just pull this up and I'll take a little peeky weeky on this. Profit, taken, strategy. All right. So, not that one. Nope. Is this one it? No, definitely not. Definitely not this spreadsheet. What's my other one? Profit taking calculator. There you go. All right, cool. So current price sitting at, yeah, we'll just say 7 cents. So 7 doubles from here would be 1, 2, 3. I could just pull it up right now, right here. We'll just do it like that. Would be a 128x from where we currently are, which would put the price at $8.96 per hex. And folks, I don't see that being too far-fetched, okay? I really don't. I see this being a very, very, very rare possibility where we end up having the reach of $1 to $10 to $20 hex here in the next bull cycle. And I know that may sound crazy to a lot of folks, but people aren't trading the hundreds of millions of hex like they used to. Very rarely do you see it. We've done a little research on my channel and go back and look at some streams, but I mean, it's only a few times, you know, maybe 5 times a month where you see 100 million or more transactions in hex. And it takes a lot to be able to dump the price, and the more scarce hex becomes, well, guess what? The higher the demand becomes and the higher the price goes, right? It's just like how that whole law of supply and demand works. So hopefully you've got an idea of what it looks like at that time as well. For a 7 double from here situation, put you at 128x from the current price. Phenomenal. Alan Fizame, I missed everything. Hey, go back and watch it on double time. Get a little 2x speed on that one as well. Every day is a good day to buy hex. Yeah, exactly. If you want a DCA, like, have a good strategy. Personally, I'm a fan of not buying on green days. I'm a fan of buying on red days. So like yesterday, the day before are great days to buy, for example. And then if you're looking to just kind of sit there and wait, you know, if you're DCAing in, well, when the price is pumping again, maybe just kind of hold back. Now, again, like even now, great entry price right now, phenomenal entry price, 6 cent hex, where I see it being $1 by the end of the year, phenomenal returns, right? And so this is just my opinion, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You gotta do your own research and buy your own coins. If you be a big boy and girl yourself and accept responsibility for making that purchase, then I think this is a great time, a great price to end up purchasing as well, especially for the folks who did miss out on the 2 cent hex that we were trading around for months and months. Some people are hearing about hex for the very first time right now today. And for those folks, still a great opportunity, okay? Phenomenal opportunity, especially if you end up staking and you learn about that whole ecosystem as well. Alan Fizame, why your name blue again? Yeah. Report to the principal, you're late. Did ATX lock his background toys in the basement? Yeah, exactly. I moved everything, man. I'm trying to, you know when you sit still for a little bit, and I'm like, I gotta rearrange everything. I got a big idea, and I want to have like I got my window back here, so I want to have this in the shot, but I have to rearrange everything because I know y'all can't really see it, and maybe I'll have it one day where y'all can just get a little tour of what my whole setup looks like. So if y'all want to be, you know, something like a streamer yourself, or just kind of see what it looks like or what it may be, you can get an idea. But yeah, maybe I'll end up doing that. But yeah, I want to switch up so many things, man. I was like, do I switch it to my door, which I have over here, which shows kind of my whole house, or do I leave it to where I just have a door over here as a closet with the window? I don't know. I got different things going through my head. So I at least moved the watch winder case and all that good stuff. It's now just right over here. But yeah, in all regards, like, it's still here. I haven't locked it up. It's still in the office. LOL, HOL, I'm blue everywhere, sir. I'm blue. Yes, sir. 30 lashings for being late. Facing reality. 100x, the most bearish Hexkin ever. LOL, add one more 0, ATX. Zeros are free. Don't be shy. Have another. We're talking about PulseChain PulseX, man. So again, if you're anticipating 1000x, have a plan for what you do with 100, right? Because like 100x is still a phenomenal return on your money, guys. If you turn $10,000 into, with 100x from there, into a nice little return of your money, right? So $10,000, you multiply that by 100x, you're sitting on a nice $1 million gainer right there. What you gonna do with all that money? All that money inside your bag, all that money inside your, like, what are you gonna do, right? Like, have a plan, right? And because like all these things, are you gonna be like the shark who wrecks himself and just say, oh, I'm selling, and then get out of the ecosystem and never come back in? Or do you have a plan to like, I'm gonna wait until it's 1000x, right? And then it only gets to 500 and then it drops for a freaking year or whatever happens, and you're like, oh my God, I wish I would've. Don't be in the situation where I said I wish I would've. Left by your front door in the yard and now you're streaming. Oh man, I didn't even get to see him because I'm streaming. No, come back. Oh my God. Okay, maybe he'll come visit me after visiting his grandparents. They're in the area, so. All right. Thank you, 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 thank you. All right. So, well, bye. I'll catch you soon. I love you. I miss you. All right. Anyways, 7 doubles to $7.77. Hey, I love that, right? Love it, love it, love it. Just like a day one Hexkin that waited for 2 years for Hex to launch, we will have our story too of waiting for Pulse to launch. Yeah. And I never thought it would take 2 years. Let's just be real, guys. But you know, that's part of that whole, like, when you're building something that's going to be freaking epic and great and flawless and 100% uptime and truly immutable and all that good stuff, then yeah, it takes a little bit of time to perfect. And we aren't launching a shitty project that has to constantly have band-aids attached to it to try to fix it. And, you know, I'm excited for that because it just means that we get that much better of a product when it comes around. So definitely agree with you, Alan Fizimane, once again. So let's take a little quick peek real fast before, you know, Access Alive comes on. I wanted to show y'all a couple of different websites that have been coming on my radar recently, and I wanted to share them with everyone as well. So the first one is hexlogos.webador.de. Now again, this is a crazy one, so I'm just going to put it here in the chat. For anyone who wants to go through and check it out, you're welcome to. But this is a freaking epic website. These people just came on. They have a ton of wallpapers. It's all free to download. So y'all can come on here, come download it, and have an absolute blast. If you want to see, like, it got the Patriot flag on it. They got so many different variations, and they constantly are updating this right now. They got the diamond plate. They got the Union Jack flag. They got a snake pattern. They got the cheetah. They got the pulse and the Hex logo. Beautiful artwork in this regard. They have the German flag, and then again, like, so many different pages. So I wanted to give a shout out to Hex Logos. This is a freaking fire website right away if you're looking for any sort of like background design or just simple stuff that you need to figure out for yourself. You got the PulseChain logos as well. You got the Trinity Dark Space, whole bunch of stuff. Rotten Trinity, oh, absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, man, it's gorgeous. PulseX doing the same thing with a few of the other ones where you can actually get through some awesome little indicators right here. PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex. Phenomenal. Yeah, exactly. Various logos of different ones for the Texan logo. And they keep on building these and they keep updating it. So you can also follow them on Twitter as well. If I'm not mistaken, it's just Hex Logos on Twitter. Don't sue me, bro, if it's not, but you know what I mean, just have fun. The PulseTube just recently did another update. Once again, always a big shout out to the PulseTube. They go through here and give a shout out as to who's streaming, what's streaming. If you're curious as to what's going on overall, phenomenal little information that you can see. You can actually click on live schedules and actually go through and see who's streaming what day in the next little bit of time, who's got what planned in the next little bit of time. You can see interviews if you really want to go through. They just recently did a full update to their website. So go check this website out. Again, absolute banger of a channel or absolute banger of a website. Big shout out to the PulseTube. They're putting in a lot of work. And they also, if I'm not mistaken, on Richard Hart actually added them as well, if I'm not mistaken, on a different little thing too. So congrats to that. We definitely have Access Alive coming on board in roughly 5 minutes, right? You see it right there up top. And again, I know it probably says live. Roughly in 5 minutes, you can see it. So I'm making sure that I'm kind of covering everything right from the jump. Richard Hart also just came out with his updated website. If you haven't seen it already, go to richardhart.com. He goes through and actually breaks down his life, man. Like, this does such a great job because before it was all about the diamond, how he's, you know, got the world's largest diamond and all that good stuff. And now it's back to just the basics, man. Now it's back to, here's my origin story. Here's where I come from. Here's me just being a fucking awesome human being. If you want to see some videos of some real stuff back in the day where he actually went through and stopped gambling, stopped trading, start a business, fix democracy, how they're supposed to be different and act different, how to be happy. Dude, like, phenomenal stuff on here. Go through and check out this website. If you haven't watched any of these videos, I highly, highly, highly recommend going through and checking them out, right? Quit after a win for happiness. That's a huge thing, right? When you win, you don't want to keep on, like, if you gamble and you win, quit. Like, take the dub. Walk away, be happy. But when you fucking keep on gambling, like, I'll put it again, then you lose, and then that's when you walk away. Ugh, negative, negative, negative energy all around you. So these are other people who have been given shout outs to Richard Hart. Phenomenal right here. Again, he talks about some cool stuff that he got to do, predicted the Bitcoin top. Oh my gosh, like, Guys, check out his new website. This is just a banger of a website, richardhart.com. He's got that little Highest of Stakes documentary interview right here. Guy, phenomenal, right? If you haven't seen what he's been posting on his Twitter, it's a lot of this sentimental stuff, man. It's really epic. It's a really, really cool thing to see that he's back to just the basics of where he was at, and really just an absolute blast to see it overall as well. See, last little thing I wanted to show, and I'll get into this real quick before we gotta hop off, is I wanted to talk on this in regards to ICO prices versus launch prices, and this is a little showcase for anyone who didn't really know or wasn't around back then, because you know I myself didn't catch any of these launch prices right here, but this is an example of kind of what ended up happening. So you can see Ethereum, when it first had an ICO price of 35 cents, when it launched it was a $2.83, giving it an 8.08x from launch. You can see Cardano did the same thing, had an ICO price. They got about a 12.5x from launch. Polkadot did a 10x from launch. Solana did a 4x from launch. Fuck Terra Luna, we already know what happened, but either way, they still did a 4x from launch, and Matic did a 2.5x. So I put this little sheet together, and I kind of took it from, you know, another site that I saw, which was really epic. But I just tried to make it look prettier, and I actually added in the multiples on here, making it my own little version and style. So y'all are welcome to, I'll zoom out just a smidge, welcome to screenshot this and you know, share it around if it's something that you want to share. Maybe I'll put ATX crypto so everyone knows who it came in from. But you can see right now the average out of all of these layer 1 tokens that actually got launched during that time, we're still sitting at a 5.9x from ICO price to launch price. Now technically HEX didn't have, PulseChain did not have an ICO price, so it's tough to say because we only have sacrifice price, and it just depends on where you were at for SAG. Did you get your multiplier? Did you get day 1 through 19 bonus? Did you have a volume bonus? Did you get any of this stuff? So everyone's price is a little bit different. It's not like everyone got the same, but for the most part, the basic is 10,000 points per $1, which gave it a entry price of roughly 0.0001. So it would give it right here around this number. And this would be like PulseChain, for example. So I'll just kind of show you here. So if PulseChain was to launch in this regard, then let's just do this times this right here. And whoops, why does that not give? Oh, because I have the X on that. Okay, get rid of the X and move this to the side. So that would put the price roughly about 0.0059. I could have done the fucking math on that. Well, I love it when it happens that way, but this is why you don't do live streams. So this is a possibility of where PulseChain might launch at, determined based on a whole bunch of other metrics and how everything kind of looks as an average. I actually have a PulseChain live, PulseChain, what am I trying to say right now? Price, launch price, nope, launch. Why is it not there? Where, I gotta go pull it up again. Where you at? Go to sheets and PulseChain price prediction models. Yeah, why did that not show up? Oh, because I just have pulse price. Jeez Louise. So this is a pulse price prediction that I actually have based on live current data happening as we speak right now. It's showing the live current Ethereum supply sitting in the ballpark of all these numbers. These data points are all pulled in from live data sources, so it would show us to be roughly about a 13x from launch price based on the Ethereum supply model if we go with that route, or if you want to go with the Uniswap price prediction model based on liquidity, then it would show us roughly about 13.1x from launch price if everything just gets copied right now and how it looks. So anywhere between 5 to 13x from sacrifice price, dude, be ready, guys. Be freaking ready, right? Be ready, because like, dude, this shit is coming soon. Coming very soon around to your neighborhood. So be ready. What's up, Blaine? It says Alan Fizime, 25x for us. What's up, Hex fam? Love you seeing you, Blaine. We got Alan Fizime. You are everywhere, bro. Yo, what's up, fam? Alan says, crypto compassion. Hey, Alan, exactly. Onwards and upwards. Just hold fast. Guys, it's been an absolute banger of an episode. I'm going to myself go check out the Access Alive. I highly advise all y'all to go do that. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, do yourself and myself a favor. Click that subscribe button. Absolute blast having every single one of you in here on this lovely, fun Sunday, March 5th, 2023. Keep waiting because, guys, we have got some bangers in store coming around the corner. Catch you soon, and I'll see you next time. Peace!